Happy first Sunday of 2026. This is day 4 of A Chapter a Day Keeps Satan at Bay. I'm Cedric Hughes Jones Jr., the pastor of the Mount Zion Baptist Church of Philadelphia, which is where I am speaking to you from as you are looking at this. I hope that you have been, depending on when you see this, that you have been at church on this first Sunday, or that you will attend church on this first Sunday. The reading today comes from 1 Corinthians chapter 8. A chapter a day keeps Satan at bay. Let's listen to what the Apostle Paul says as he's writing this first letter to the church at Corinth, a church that he knows well, that has a lot of talents and gifts in it, but also has some issues that need to be addressed. Chapter 8 is part of this communication of Paul to them. Listen to what Paul says to them. Now, as touching things offered unto idols, we know that we all have knowledge. Knowledge puffeth up, but charity, meaning love, edifieth. And if any man think he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know. But if any man love God, the same is known of him. As concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one. For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many, and the Lords many, but to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord, Jesus Christ, by whom are all things, and we by him. Verse 7 of 1 Corinthians 8, howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge. For some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat it as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. But meat commendeth us not to God, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. But take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. For if any man see thee which hath knowledge sit at meat in the idol's temple, shall not the conscience of him which is weak be emboldened to eat those things which are offered to idols? And through thy knowledge shall thy weak brother perish, for whom Christ died? But when ye sin so against the brethren, and wound their weak conscience, ye sin against Christ. Wherefore, if meat make my brother to offend, I will eat no flesh while the world standeth, lest I make my brother to offend. This is a very interesting passage, and I think it is helpful to remember the context. We're talking about an ancient city in modern-day Greece, Corinth. And there are lots of different religious practices going on, and it's just different. It's a seaport city, so people are coming through from various places and various practices. And so they bring, just like today, bring certain practices with them when they come into the house of the Lord. Now, meat was not in those days like it is now. Oftentimes when people ate meat, they ate it at a temple. And so Paul is saying, listen, that temple represents a non-God. I'll say that, a non-God. I won't even call it a false God, because Paul says they're nothing. So I'm calling it a non-God. And yet, because if we are doing something that seems to support it, it's not a problem with us, so says Paul. But it is a problem if, because we are seen doing something and a person who doesn't know it as well sees it and believes, well, I guess they're doing it. That means they must be honoring that idol. And Paul is saying, you know you're not doing that. You're just eating meat because it's there to be eaten. But Paul gives us this point, and I hope you will again read this passage, as persons oftentimes make statements about what the Bible and the New Testament says about what foods can be eaten and what foods can't be eaten. I hope you'll read this first chapter of Corinthians 8 and see that the primary concern that Paul addresses here is our witness. Does our witness weaken a brother or strengthen one? For the practice, Paul says, it matters to him, to us, neither way. For it is only one God. And whether I eat over there at that temple talking about this dedicated to gods, or whether I eat in my own home, Paul knows there's nothing to it because those are non-gods. But let's be careful, beloved, what we do. Be mindful that we are the witnesses of Christ. And as a witness of Christ, others are watching our behavior. And it would behoove us to at least be sensitive to that so that we are not weakening the faith and practices of others. God bless you on this fourth day. And again, I pray that you will worship at a church today, or that you have worshiped at a church today on this fourth day of January 2026. God bless you. Happy New Year. Talk to you tomorrow.